Greetings everybody, Nick DiVirgilio here, and today we're going to take a quick tour through the Universal Audio Hitsville Reverb Chambers plugin. This is the native plugin that you can run directly in your DAW. You don't need Universal Audio hardware to run this plugin. Hitsville is where the iconic sound of Motown came from. In Detroit, a fantastic little studio, they had reverb chambers up in the attic there, and these were modeled by Universal Audio. Not just modeled, faithfully modeled. I mean, they sound like the real thing. They sound like you're in the studio. The plugin is super easy to use and it sounds great. Let's check it out. The first thing I want to show you about this plugin before we listen to it is that it tells you what's going on. As long as you have this I pressed, highlighted here, that I icon, that stands for information. Check this out. Now, whenever you hover over something, it'll tell you what that is. Chamber 1, use on vocals, solos, and percussion, and so on. There's 2 chambers in this plugin. Chamber 2, it does the same thing. This is just really cool. When you hover over what microphones are over here, it tells you exactly what the microphone is and gives you a nice description. So you're not guessing at what you're using. Same with the speakers, and so on. The plugin looks really cool. When you change the chamber, it has a different look to it. I'm going to turn off the information icon here. You can move the microphones backwards and forwards inside the room. You could change the speakers if you want, just like that, by pressing the button. And then the big knobs down here at the bottom do exactly what they say, and they're very easy to use. As with all of these Universal Audio plugins, they all come with a lot of fantastic presets. We're going to listen to a vocal here, so I picked one, the one called Warm Vocal. It's way down here at the bottom, but there's presets for all kinds of things, for strings, for horns, for your tambourine, for your drum kit overall, for snare drum, for kick drums, for basic starting points, all kinds of things. Grab a preset so you're not starting from scratch, or if you like starting from scratch, just turn the knobs and have some fun. What we're going to use here is a song that we recorded here at Sweetwater. It's a nice little pop number. You're going to hear the reverb on the vocal, and then I'll turn it off, and then we'll solo it as well. Here we go.
Reach down, hold the sound, feel light, super tight.
The reverb is adding a nice bit of air to the vocal sound. Let me solo it for you so you can hear it a little bit clearer.
Reach down, hold the sound.
There's not too much there.
Feel light.
If I want more, I'm going to turn up the fader here.
Tight. Smile once.
That sounds really good, but you can manipulate this plugin in real time as your vocal's going. So you can move the microphones closer or farther away from the wall, change the speakers, or change the mics. I encourage you to take this plugin and press the buttons and change the sounds and morph and really learn what's going on in here. Now let's check out something else with this great reverb. Now let's check out the sound of this reverb on the acoustic guitar. I picked another preset, acoustic guitar chamber, and here's what it sounds like. A nice bit of ambience. Let's solo it. And then mess with the plugin if you want. How about some pre-delay? Move the mics around. It's so simple. Just grab and drag and have some fun, and the sound changes, and you can really get creative that way and get inspired by what you're hearing. Another fantastic use for this plugin is on your drums, and you can use this in a couple different ways. On the previous examples, I had the plugin on an aux track where I was mixing it in with its dry sound. Well, you can do that same sort of thing with the plugin directly on a channel, and that's what I have done here. I put an instance of the plugin directly on the snare drum. With this mix knob here, you can do the same sort of thing. You can mix the dry and the wet sound. I've soloed the drum track, and here's what it sounds like. It has a really nice, bright reverb sound to it. If I want more, I'm just going to turn the mix knob. Less, bring it back. You have some filters right down here at the bottom to adjust the low end and the high end of the reverb. Pre-delay adds a little bit of delay to the sound when the reverb comes in. let's crank up the pre-delay on this sound. You can hear it almost act like as a slap delay to this snare drum reverb sound. It's a really cool effect. You just use it to taste in the song you're working in. And there you go, a quick run through of the Hitsville Reverb Chambers plugin from Universal Audio. If you want to get the sound of Motown in your songs, use this plugin. This plugin has a beautiful and unique reverb sound because of where this reverb was captured, in the building, in the attic of Hitsville, USA. So grab yourself this plugin, put it in your song, and start getting creative. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Nick DiVirgilio. Do I look okay? Where's that? This is called beanie head. This is what happens when you come to work wearing a beanie in the morning.